Best country, great to have so many people visiting the town of Berwick for the weekend. And we know you'll have a great weekend here in Berwick with all of the competition. Right now we're hearing the sounds of Cody Holland, our guest bagpiper here, leading in all of our special guests.
Yeah.
Want to?
Yeah. I'll let you take the wheel on that.
Okay.
You want to use your phone?
Yeah, let's just go on the ice now.
All right.
So we're gonna.
I'll take everything down for you.
Kings District, Mackenzie Ansel.
The microphone will probably hear you.
The Nova Scotia referee-in-chief, Todd Tomander.
Good luck.
Performing the national anthem tonight, Marty Dieter. Our wonderful sponsors, representing the Aylesford Lions, Brian Hodges and Angel Grell. Representing Bartown Home Improvements, Bryce Watts. Representing Baxter's Group, Rhonda Baxter. Representing Berwick Lions, Tim Stedman. Representing Bruce Auto Group, Les Parker. Representing the Lamb family, Byron Lamb. We also want to acknowledge sponsorship of Central Equipment. Representing Coleman Lions, Roseanne Kaiser. Representing the County of Kings, Doug Gates. We'd also like to thank these sponsors, Greenwood Auto, Kings Honda, Landry's Auto Group, Larry's Pharmacy, and MLA Chris Palmer. Representing Rayfuse Mechanical, Jack Rayfuse. Representing Shea Tire, Cameron Shea. Supplementing, represented by Paul Clark. The town of Berwick is represented by Joanna Quackernack. Turner's Concrete is represented by Matt Turner. From Hockey Nova Scotia, Wayne Fowler. From TV Development, Thomas Duran. We'd like to thank RBC for its sponsorship. Representing H.E. Ketty Brothers, Pam Ketty. And our presenting sponsor this weekend, Cavendish Farms, represented by Shelley Woodworth and Cody Lay. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for our great sponsors. And now Cody will start the bagpipes as we introduce the teams that will be represented here this weekend. Representing the Halifax Hawks, the Black Bear tonight, Drew Coleman. Representing the Cape Breton County Islanders, the Black Bear, Haley Beaton. Representing the Bull Harbour Wings, the Black Bear, Bull Horse. Representing the Tassa Ducks, the flag bearer, Easton Galley. Representing the Sackville Flyers, the flag bearer Sawyer Best, accompanied by Drayton Swan White. Representing the Pictou County Crushers, the flag bearer Luke Graves. Representing the Western Hurricanes, the flag bearer Jack Morris. And now, the home team for the weekend, the Valley Jets, the flag bearer Connor Barron. A big heroic welcome to all of the participating teams this weekend. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we would ask you to please stand and join with Harley Dieter for the singing of O Canada.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true North strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh
and at this time, we bring words of welcome. On behalf of Hockey Nova Scotia, please welcome Wayne Fowler.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the opening ceremonies for the 25-26 provincials for U13 AAA. There's been some great hockey played today and some more to come for the rest of the weekend. But first and foremost, I'd like to thank the host committee for the Valley Jets for the amazing job they've done for all the players this weekend. Good luck to all the teams and have a great weekend.
At this time, we will have a reading of the coaches and players' oath. We would ask Captain Edwin Barron to come forward to read the players' oath, and Bryce Brooks to read the coaches' oath.
On behalf of all the players, I promise that we shall take part in the provincial championship, respecting and abiding by the rules which govern them, committing ourselves to a sport without violence and without drugs, in the true spirit of sportsmanship for the glory of the sport and the honor of our teams. In the name of all coaches and team officials, I promise that we shall come to these championships with spirit and fair play and honesty. We will strive to be a positive role model for our players to respect the officials and to ensure the safety and well-being of the participants always come first.
And at this time, I'll invite the team captains from Western Valley, Bryce Brooks and Edwin Barron for the opening face-off. And at this time, we'd like to ask Shelley Woodworth and Cody Legg from Cavendish Farms to join us to drop the puck for the official opening face-off. Ladies and gentlemen, as we conclude the official opening ceremony, on behalf of the organizing committee, all of the sponsors, we wish the players, the coaches, and the parents the best of luck this weekend. Have a great weekend here in the town of Harbour, in the Atlas Valley, and Tony will lead us back to our reception. Have a great weekend. Thank you.
But the thing is, they all have their own. They're just going to find out and take it off.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Apple capital of Nova Scotia. And it is the U13 AAA Nova Scotia Provincials here on High Button Sports. Yes, we are at the Kings Mutual Centre, a.k.a. the Apple Dome in Berwick, Nova Scotia, as it's the Valley Jets, fresh off of the opening ceremonies, are ready to host the Cole Harbour Wings. Prime time, 7 o'clock game. This is the official opening of the tournament with this game. The host team is in action tonight, wearing green on the right side. The Valley led by a couple of high danger scores. And let's talk about Landon Andrews, number 96. What a season. It almost looks too easy for him out there at times. Him and his running mates for the Valley Jets have been tearing it up all season long. So look no farther for offense between him and Edwin Varon. They will get the most touches of the puck tonight. They will be the best players for the Valley. While over on their side, Cole Harbour is more of a committee team. And of course, they're led by the Grayson O'Donnell, number 7, who will take the opening face-off. A historic name on the Cole Harbour side of the pond. But we are underway live from Berwick, Nova Scotia, for the U13 AAA Provincials. An opening shot will be stopped by the starting netminder on the right side for the Jets. As well, a face-off here. Oh, goodness. And there's an early goal for Cole Harbour. And that's a statement for number 4. That is Emmett Boutiette. All it took is 12 seconds for Cole Harbour to get on the board. 1-0 is the score. Wow, this home crowd is shocked, to say the least. 6:45 start, 15 minutes earlier than the scheduled 7, but the Red Wings were ready to play here tonight. Emmett Boutiette gets the party started here at the primetime game. 2 shots in 12 seconds. The Wings have an early lead, to say the least. That's going to be played to center. Jets looking to respond. That's going to be rimmed in deep by Boutiette. Near in the corner is Ferreira looking for the puck on the forecheck. It's going to come free, and there's a collision in the corner. As an early body check on display here in Berwick as the Jets looking to respond. They have a hill to climb here early. Here's Slama trying to get by the defender, but Nelson pokes that free as Best comes pinching through looking for the loose puck. Wings will find it as O'Donnell will play it over across. Doyle will find the blue line and send it in deep. That's going to bounce its way out the side of the net. Jets. That's going to be played through center, picked off. Here comes Ackett. Ackett looking to work it towards the net, but didn't have the angle, so he cut back. Ackett trying to fight off the defender. That is Graves. Boutiette gets his goal call there. Still 2-0 the shots for Cole Harbour. The Jets have not tested the goaltender yet for Cole Harbour. That being Cameron Awalt, number 35. And also wearing number 35 is Jace Galley. And here's a shot off of his pad that will go into the corner. Galliot. And that's going to be turned over. Here's Grant. Shot from distance, and that's going to be covered up for the whistle. And it's been old Cole Harbour here in Berwick to start this game. Shots there 3-0. Jets have not even gotten inside the Cole Harbour zone. 13-17 to go, but you got to think nerves are definitely on their side. They've been anticipating this moment all season long, hosting the Provincials. They've been replaying this moment in their head all season long. And you can kind of tell that they're a little hesitant to start things off, but as soon as they'll settle into this game and this tournament, they will be a threat. As O'Neill is going to send it in deep for Cole Harbour. Back to retrieve the puck is Coleman. It's going to come free behind the net. Good forecheck early on here from Cole Harbour. There's a pass towards the slot. Sent just wide of the net by O'Neill. That's going to be played towards the front of the cage. Ends up free in the corner. That's going to come loose in front. That will be poked to the front of the net. And here's a chance the other way for the Jets. Looking to work that out in wide, but well defended off the stick. Other defenseman has Maurice in front of his own bench. Puck will come free at center. Here's O'Neill. O'Neill looking to get by the Valley defense as they're in the middle of a change. Wings hold the zone. Another good display of forechecking from Cole Harbour. As we are 3 minutes into the first period, the Wings have a 1-0 lead here in the final game of day one here at the U13 AAA Provincials. That's going to be offside the line. A little bit of contact on Varon as he entered the zone. So it was the Sackville Flyers who came away with a upset victory, you could say, to open off the tournament. They defeated the Tassa Ducks 2-0. Shutout from Luke Price, the Sackville goaltender. He had some words for Easton Shoup after the game. There's a shot from distance, and the Jets still looking for their first shot on goal of the game as we are 3.5 minutes in. That's going to be chipped out of the zone by Cole Harbour. As Cody looking for in the forecheck, it's going to come free on the wall. Brooks will turn it over. Here comes Varon. Edward Varon will enter the zone looking for a shooting lane shot into the chest, and that's going to be the first shot on goal for the Valley. 1-for-1 is Cameron Awalt, number 35, the top of his crease. He was expecting the shot from Varon as he likes to shoot that puck. He has a lot of goals this season. So you can say that the Wings are doing their scouting reports as here comes Andrews on the ice for the Valley. They're still looking to tie the game here. That's going to be rimmed around the wall. Comes free. Cody looking to get out of the zone. Andrews picks it up at center. Landon Andrews will take it back in his own zone, looking to start the rush off of his stick. 4 minutes into the opening frame. Andrews gets by the first defender, still has the puck. Here comes Landon Andrews looking to make a move and put on a show for his hometown crowd, but that's going to be picked off of the stick of the back checker, Zachary White, the defenseman. That's going to be flipped through center. Here come the Wings looking to go the other way, but good defensive effort as eventually that might come loose again, but Jets able to regain possession. Here's Slom White. Slom White will work it ahead looking for Andrews. That's going to be out of his reach. Here's Grant with the puck now on his stick. Grant, number 20 for Cole Harbour. He'll find Marks. Marks will try and work it through if looking for Ackett. It's going to be intercepted at center. Send in deep. Wings looking to break out of their own corner as we're approaching the 5-minute mark of the opening frame. Slom White looking to dig that loose on the forecheck, but Grant gets it back. Worked up the wall. Cody can't bat out of midair. Cooper Best, the superstar defenseman for the Valley. He had a great season. Number 21 in green. He'll work it ahead for Andrews. Nice move. Andrews still has the puck. We'll take it wide. Here comes Landon Andrews. Shot fanned on. As this house is ready to explode here with a goal from number 96. That's going to be turned over. Here comes Redmond. He'll work it in the opposite corner. Best will battle the corner of Maurice as that's going to be a collision, and that ends up with Maurice falling down. Poked free, but whistled down for a penalty, which will be the first penalty of the game. Slashing is the signal at center ice. And it will be Best, number 21, who we just mentioned, who will be the penalized player, and Cole Harbour, who already have a 1-0 lead and a chance to extend that on the power play. O'Donnell will take the face-off. That's going to be one backer's Boutiette. Boutiette, man of the point, number 4 for the Wings in the power play. He'll work it over to Maurice. Maurice, sensing pressure, will dump it in deep. Comes free for O'Donnell in the opposite corner. O'Donnell, the captain, will cycle it down low, play it up top for Boutiette. Boutiette will walk the line with his head up, makes a hesitation move, and shoots it on goal. Save made off the pad. Number 35, Jace Galley. Here's O'Donnell. We'll play it into the corner. Wings still on the power play, looking to center it through the slot. O'Donnell finds it and shoots one. Will go off the stick and might have hit a piece of the crossbar as well, but it stays out. Still 1-0. That was the Wings' 5th shot on goal of the game, first on the power play, and that will be cleared down the ice by the Jets as they will go for a change. Let's see what Cole Harbour does in opposition. 40 seconds have gone on the power play, as they'll elect to keep the same 5 on the ice and start a regroup out of their own zone. Here's O'Donnell. Boutiette, as the Wings will now make changes. Here's Boutiette. We'll put a move on and play in the corner. Boutiette now at the top of the zone. We'll look for an option. Shoot one from distance off the pad, looking for the rebound. It's going to be cleared away off the stick of the defender in front. And eventually cleared down as Varon on the forecheck looking to get a shorthanded goal, which would be a tying goal. O'Donnell picks it up and neutral ice, still out there for this power play. 40 seconds to go in the man advantage. Here's Sardi. Will find it and rim it around the wall. Ferreira collects it, plays it back to the point. Walking is Nelson. Nelson makes a move with the blue line, walks in at the top of the circle. Shot will go through the blue paint and wide into the corner. Kept in by Sardi, but intercepted, but eventually that's going to be whistled down. High sticking is the signal off the referee in the corner. So that will freeze play with 19 seconds remaining on the power play for Cole Harbour. Cooper Best itching to get out of the box. He does not want to be the guy who takes a penalty to put his team down by a pair. Here's Sardi. Hillerman in deep. Wings with 10 seconds to go in the power play. Looking to extend their lead. Here's Cody down low behind the goal line. Looking up top. Nelson has it. And that will do it for the Cole Harbour power play. So 0 for 1 in the tournament so far is Cole Harbour. That's going to be worked out of the corner. Jets 1 for 1 on the penalty kill. Quickly turned over in front of the net, but ends up out of harm's way. Just here's Thomas Varon. He has the puck, assistant captain for the Valley Jets, as he'll try and get by the forecheck. It's going to come free behind the net. Varon looking for the return feed as another good display of causing havoc on the forecheck from Cole Harbour. Another turnover and tight. There's a shot from distance. Rebound was right there in front, but all tangled up. Got a stick lifted. Was Ackett. Chance to the way. Here comes Varon. Varon will make a move. Edwin Varon still has the puck. Shoots off the pad, and then that's going to be a save made by Awalt. Just his second shot of the game, and there's 7 minutes to go in this 15-minute first period. Play to the line. Here's a shot from distance. Tipped on goal. Rebounds there, but cleared away. That nearly was a squeaky one off the redirection from the point shot. As here's Coleman again. Shot will be played in the corner this time. Nelson will dig it off the wall. Played back to the blue line. Here's another chance for Coleman. Tipped on goal, and they score. Edwin Varon, guess who? The Valley Jets superstar has just tied this game. 6.5 to go in the first, and the Apple Dome was ready to explode, and that's exactly what just happened with that Edwin Varon goal. The first of the tournament for the Valley Jets. And we have a brand new hockey game here in Berwick. Edwin Varon brings the house down with the tying goal. Bit of a delay off the ensuing faceoff. Redirection. It took 3-point shots from Coleman. They kept doing the same play. Coleman, point shot, and eventually Edwin Varon got a stick on it. And he has just tied this game for the Valley as Boutiette will collect it over to Maurice on their own blue line. Wings looking to regain the lead here as we are past the halfway mark of the first period. Shots now 8-4. We just mentioned how the Jets just had 2, but they had 2 in a row there. There's a quick response from Cole Harbour. Easton Redmond has just given the Wings the lead. Sorry, that is Daphne. Jace Daphne, number 8. Looked like originally that was Redmond's goal, but celebrating like it was his was Daphne. So we talked about that quick response, and how about that? Okay, one sec. As Boutiette will regain the puck for the Wings. As what a start to this game. As here comes Cole Harbour. O'Donnell feeds it ahead for Doyle. Chance here for the Wings again as Doyle hesitated on the shot there. Rolled off of his stick. Chance the other way. Here comes Slonwhite with Andrews. 2-on-1, but that's going to be halted at the line. Puck is dropped. Here's Grant. There's Doyle. We'll turn it over. Here comes the Andrews behind the net now. What a surge of offense from both sides. Here's Andrews looking to make his mark in this game as Grant wins the battle against him in the corner. There's O'Donnell up for Ferreira. Ferreira over to Doyle, was all open there with the puck, but he couldn't make the play. That's going to be picked off by the Jets. And eventually played it back to the line. Here's Slomwhite. Slomwhite's shot will be gloved down by Cole Harbour. As there's 4:50 to go now. There's a chance in front. That's quick opportunity there for the Jets. That will just sail through the crease and still remains 2-1. Here's Graves out of his own corner. Andrews collects the pass to center ice. Andrews. As we'll let a shot go up. Will go up and high over the net. Chance for the Wings to clear. 4:20 to go in the period. As Mark's looking at the puck, but Varon will collect it instead. Here's Sardi's shot will go into the corner and wide. Watts looking to respond. As here come the Jets now the other way. Best joining the rush. We'll let a shot go. That's going to be a save and rebound in the blue paint. They're trying to whack it home, but eventually that'll be whistled down. So 3.5 to go. Still 2-1. As 12 seconds into the game, it was Cole Harbour off a stick of Boots from the point who got the opening goal. There's a penalty on the play, just as I was trying to go over the action. Tripping's the signal. And this time, heading to the box. Will be Daphne, the goal scorer, who just made this game 2-1. Now he's heading to the box. Chance for the Valley once again to tie things up. 9-5 are the shots in favor of Cole Harbour, who hold the lead, and they will now head to the penalty kill. And here's Varon trying to get his second goal of the game. He's got his stick lifted in the slot, and that's going to be cleared down the ice immediately. Here's Coleman, who let the point shot go on the goal. Well, his third opportunity in a row. This is Brooks. He'll play the puck across the ice as it's going to bounce off the stick, comes free in neutral ice. Brooks regains possession for the Jets. Brooks enters his zone on the near side. There's a shot up high that will just go over the net. That was Bryce Taylor, number 26, with the puck. Here's Coleman. Odom Moore's shot will go off the body of the Wings player in front. That was Bootsiet, the goal scorer, and he will clear it down the ice. That will be played on goal, covered up by Jace Galley. Pretty good crowd on hand here at the Apple Dome. For the host team's opening game, they're down by 1 goal with 2:39 to go in the first. As they're going to win the puck ahead. They're still in the power play for another minute and 5 seconds as Taylor trying to get by Maurice on the back check. Unable to do so. He's free up top. There's a pass in front for Varon. He'll collect it and shoot one. That's going to miss the target. Good chance there for Varon to get his second of the night. As that's going to be played inside the Cole Harbour bench unintentionally for the whistle. As well, a face-off inside the Cole Harbour zone. Still 45 seconds to go on the power play for the Jets. Going to be held in at the line. Here's Varon. That's Thomas Varon, number 6. There's a shot that will go up and off a body as Slom might let the Puck go off of his stick. Here's Andrews off the rebound. That will go off a shin pad of Grant and off the side of the net. Chance for Maurice to clear, and he will do just that. Here's Galley. He'll leave it behind the net for Cooper Best, the offensive defenseman for the Valley. Number 21 will try and take it in wide. Sardi can't defend him. Shot will go off the pad and hits the side of the net as well. Here's Varon. Thomas Varon will rim it off the boards. Comes free. Andrews takes the pass, trying to drag it by the defender. But that's a good defensive stick from Sardi. That's going to be cleared down the ice. And that will do it for the Valley power play. So both teams 0 for 1 on the man advantage, but it is a 2-1 lead for Cole Harbour with a minute and 15 seconds to go in the first. Shots 10-7 as it stands. Puck will come free on the Jets blue line, but they'll win the battle. Sardi, that's going to bounce off his stick. Here comes Andrews. Landed Andrews. Will try and make it a move towards the goals. Will get worked off the puck, and the arm stays down. Andrews is also down behind the net as we are inside the final minute of play here in the first. Here's Slomwhite. Wings will touch up as Andrews back on his feet. He'll look to get back in the play as well. Watts will collect the puck off the dump out by the Wings. So he'll make a move in the corner, trying to start the rush here with 40 seconds to go. There's Hale. Hale with Andrews, who's back on his feet. Will try and make a play. Does. Andrews gets knocked off the puck by Boots yet. Well defended by the big number 4 in white and red. 25 seconds to go in the period. That's going to be cleared to the middle, picked off as the Jets kind of finding their groove here after giving up a quick goal 12 seconds in. Here's Watts. Watts will try and make a play, picked off by Boots yet, making the pinch with 10 seconds to go, and now that will be cleared down, and that should do it for the opening frame, but no, one quick more whistle with 1.7 to go on the clock. So we're not quite done the first period yet, but a quick chop of the puck will bring us to that point. Hope you're enjoying the coverage so far, and this has been the opening period of the game. The Harbour Wings come into Berwick on opening night and take the lead after the first. 2-1 is the score. We'll take a quick break before the commencement of the middle frame. Until then, my name is Mason Dyke. We'll see you in a few moments. Welcome back inside the Apple Dome. You're watching the U13 AAA Provincials live on High Button Sports. It's 2-1 for Cole Harbour. Shots on goal after the first period were 10-7. The opening goal was Grayson O'Donnell, assisted by Emmett Boutiette. That is the official goal on the score sheet. Here's a chance the other way. It's going to be off a shin pad. Another early chance for Cole Harbour. They scored just 12 seconds into the opening frame. And then Edward Varon, about 8 minutes later, made it 1-1. And then another quick response 27 seconds after that. It was Jace Doffney to make it 2-1. That's how it stands right now. After the opening period, we're about 50 seconds into the second period now. Here's Coleman. Plays it up ahead. There's a chance towards the goal all alone. Shot will just go wide of the net as a breakaway opportunity for the Valley. Sarah Oyer-Graves with an opportunity. Shot will go wide from Taylor. There's Maurice. As Maurice met there at the blue line by a good forecheck, but eventually he gets it right back on his stick. Maurice will make a move through center. Here comes Maurice all alone, and he scores! Jacob Maurice goes all the way, and the Wings have cemented themselves here in Berwick. Maurice makes it 3-1 off a dipsy-do through the middle. Found himself all alone, and all he had to beat was the blocker, and he went over the shoulder. Jay Scally. And it is now 3-1. What a start here for Cole Harbour here in Berwick. Maurice with one of the goals of the tournament here to open things off. And here comes Varon the other way. Varon will make a move and try and shoot one on goal. Stop made, rebound cleared away as Varon almost made it 3-2 right away. Goals coming in succession here in the opening game for the host team. Here's Cody. That's going to be worked to the corner, looking to clear that off the glass as Stardy had that bounce off of his stick. Here's Maurice. As they'll find it at the red line and play it in the corner. 2 minutes have gone in the second. It's a 2-goal lead for the Wings here on the road. Here from the Jets the other way. Working that to the middle is Thomas Varon. Met at the defensive blue line for Cole Harbour as they'll work it back. Here's Nelson. Nelson through the middle off the stick of Daphne. As Marks couldn't control the pass. Banked off the wall. Nelson reaching back, but picked up by Boutiette. We'll play it through the center. That's going to be rimmed off the wall as Best will make a play in the middle of the ice, but picked off once again. A nice hesitation by Boutiette as he'll chip it right on the stick of Thomas Varon for the Valley. Here comes Graves. Leaves it for Edwin Varon. Here comes number 17 in green. He draws a penalty, puts a move on it, so it will be another Valley power play. Quick hesitation move caused a head contact call on Boutiette. I do see 4 fingers up from the referee, so this could be a double minor. Let's see what they put on the board. But I did. So it is 2 minutes as of right now. I thought I saw 4 fingers, but either way, it is a Jets power play. Here is Boutiette with a chance to clear. As that will be sent down the ice, and that will hit something on the wing side on the bench. That will stop play. So Daphne, his second trip to the sin bin, he also has a goal, so he definitely has an effect on this game so far. Another chance for the Valley to score on the power play. They did not get one on their first opportunity. 0 for 1. Both teams are 0 for 1. Here's a shot from Boutiette, short-handed, off of the face-off inside the zone. That's going to be fought off by the Valley goaltender Galley. Turned over at center. Slomwhite looking for the puck. There's Andrews. Brandon Andrews looking to kickstart this Jets power play, down by a pair here at home. We'll play it up for Best. Cooper Best enters the zone on the near side, makes a move behind the net. Best in Gretzky's office. We'll play it up to the line. There's Watts. Well, a shot go low off the stick. Rebound comes free. Andrews, one-timer, stop. Rebound will go away from the net as Grant collects the puck off of the pad. What a chance on the power play. Ewalt shuts the door off the one-timer from Landon Andrews. Here's Best. Let a slap shot go off the shin pad once again. Another block shot from the Harbour Wings defense. Here's Slomwhite. Let a shot go off the pad. Rebound off the body once again as Boutiette this time getting in front of the puck. There's a collision down low. No call. Kept in. Coleman. Slap shot. Vandon. Rebound. Andrews off the pad. That's going to come free on the side of the net. Everything but goals here in this Valley power play. Opportunities coming one another, but no goals yet. Here's Slomwhite looking to get by the defender. Pass in front. Poked out of the zone. That will just have enough of it to get out and past the blue line. Here's Best. Takes a DD pass. The Jets power play still has an opportunity. 15 more seconds. Here's Best. Makes a move. Shot off the pad. Rebound. Covered up. That's going to stay out. And it's still 3-1. Cameron Awalt sprawls out. Makes the save. Freezes play. And everyone can now catch their breath, including me. What a sequence of events there on that Valley power play. Unable to find the back of the cage yet. They still got 10 seconds to go. Puck dropped. One back. Shot up high. Redirected. And that's going to be off the pad. Once again, as Awalt right at the deflection and perfectly off the point shot. That's going to be it for the power play. Back to 5-on-5. Turnover down low. Here's Maurice. He'll chip it back to himself. Maurice just had a beautiful goal to make it 3-1. And you should have seen it if you didn't, because it was an amazing display of stick handling and poise. That's going to come free. That will be played off the stick of Varon and inside the Jets zone. Doyle in on the forecheck. But Varon wins the battle. Rimmed up the wall. Sardi finds the puck up top. Sardi looking to work it down low for Marks, as that will come free. Sardi looking to hold the line once again as he'll fall to his back, and Varon makes a play up for Watts. Foot race for the puck. Might be the Jets who get there first, but Maurice just in time had just a bit more power to win the battle. Here's a pass up for Cody. Might be all alone. Cody will let a shot go off the pad. Save made. Rebound behind the net. Sardi will find the puck. Played up top to the line. Here's Nelson. Nelson shot low, tipped. That's going to bounce its way in front, but Coleman plays it to the corner. As there's a penalty on the play. So that'll be whistled down as the referee at center ice has his arm up. Tripping's the call. And with 9:03 to go, it'll be Maverick Coleman, number 8, heading to the box. So no one scoring the power play yet. Wings are 0 for 1. Jets now 0 for 2 after that last man advantage, but Wings do have 3 goals overall in the game. And they have another opportunity to get another one. Here's Boutiette. Shot up high. Nearly made it 4-1 as that puck just sailed over the net. Goalie was screened in front. Might not have even saw the point shot. Here's Boutiette. Will rim it in deep, looking for Daphne. Comes free. O'Neal collects out of the corner, trying to make a move on the power play. Down low for Daphne. Daphne has a goal in this game already. He'll make his way to the opposite corner. Looking up top. He'll go down low instead. Redmond looking to dig it free as the Jets will collect it and send it down the ice. Awalt there to play it. Leaves it for Doucette. Here's Boutiette. Emmett Boutiette. Will make a move by the first forecheck. Still has the puck. Boutiette will go wide. Another opportunity to make a play as he has the puck down low in the power play now. Boutiette will now make his way to the top of the zone. Here's Nelson. Make a few moves and we'll play it in deep. Here's Ferreira now behind the net. Ferreira will play it to the corner, back up top as here comes Maurice, fresh off the bench. Plays it down low. Doyle had a bounce off of his stick. Wings still the puck on the power play. Here's Maurice. Shot will go up and high, and that will go into the glove, which will stop play. Galley with the mitt. 36 seconds to go on the power play. The penalty to Coleman for the Jets. .7:39 remaining. In the middle frame, it's a 3-1 Cole Harbour score here in Berwick. The lines person did not like the formation that the Jets were in, so they'll be forced to send in a new player, and that will be Thomas Varon, the defenseman. So let's see how he does on this face-off. This will be an easy one back to the point. There's a shot on goal, rebound off the pad, but cleared away. Galley makes the save, keeps it 3-1. That's going to be cleared down the ice. Maurice collects the puck from Awalt behind his own net. 20 seconds to go in the man advantage. Awalt will bounce it off the wall. O'Donnell looking for the loose puck as Varon gets there first. He just lost the face-off, but he makes the play on his own blue line. That's going to be a D-to-D and out for the Jets with 5 seconds to go on their penalty kill. Is Maurice battling down low. So he'll make the play over to Daphne. Pass through center as we're back to 5-on-5. Ferreira gets poked off the puck by Coleman out of the box. Here's O'Donnell. Shot will go off the side of the net as there's less than 7 minutes to go now in the second. Puck will come free once again off the forecheck. O'Donnell down low. Makes the play up top. That's fought off by Slomwhite on the move near the blue line. That will cause a turnover and a pass up for Andrews. Just out of his reach. Starty looking to work him off the puck, and he'll get played to the wall, and the arm stays down. 6.5 to go. Puck is bouncing. Doyle looking to work it up ahead for the Wings breakout. Met at center. Here's Thomas Varon. Puts the brakes on. Looking to get by the forecheck of Cody. Has O'Donnell on him as well. So a pretty aggressive forecheck for Cole Harbour. Looking to pressure the Jets defenseman. And they do a good job there of causing another turnover. Here's Varon. We'll send it across the ice. Jets in gather zone. Kept in once again by Doyle. This will peel off for a change as we're inside the final 6 minutes to go now in the second. Here's Grant. Off the wall, kept in. Here comes Andrews. Landon Andrews will drag and shoot one as that's going to be blocked by Grant. Here's Slomwhite down low with the puck on his stick. Pass in front looking for Andrews. That was saucered through by Varon. Another chance. Varon fought off by AWOL. Rebound just sails wide. Trickles wide would be the better term as that barely was kept out. Here's Grant. Grant will try and chip out the wall. There's a collision at center ice, and that will draw a penalty. A lot of body contact in this game. These players are still in U13 for the next week. They are not able to do contact hockey yet, as it is Braden Marks, number 19, with the penalty. Jets, another opportunity on this power play. You can't give them too many chances, especially with guys like Andrews and Varon. Andrews will actually take a quick rest for the start of this man advantage, but I'm sure we'll see him out there again. And that's going to be rimmed around the wall as Best couldn't get there in time, so that will be a successful clear from Cole Harbour. Shots now 16 to 15, so a lot of rubber being thrown on net here in the primetime game. There's Best. Makes a move as Varon collects the puck. Here's Edwin Varon. That's going to be collected by Brooks on the half wall. Play up top, back for Brooks. Brooks in a circle, pass towards the bumper area for Varon. He couldn't find the target. Got the shot off, though, as that's going to be worked back up top for Best. Cooper Best sends it over as that's going to be played in deep into the zone by Bryce Brooks. He'll collect the puck again. Back up top for Best. Best fumbles at the blue line. That will just get by the top of the zone in the blue paint there. But Best puts it right back in the zone, leaves it for Varon. 1 minute to go in the power play. We're halfway through it. 4:20 to go in the second period. Here's Varon down low, has a goal in this game, the only one for the Valley so far. Shot will go off the side of the cage. Varon gets the rebound. Edwin Varon trying to work past the defender on the power play. For the next 45 seconds, here's Coleman. Shot will go into the glove of AWOL, and that will freeze play with 41 seconds to go on the power play and 4:03 remaining in the second. Shots now even at 16 to 16. Four minutes to go now. Here's Andrews again. Will drag. Landon Andrews trying to work it towards the goal. That's going to be kept out once again. Another close opportunity for the Valley to strike. But it is still a 2-goal lead for Cole Harbour. Crowd filling in here for the scheduled 7 o'clock start. Started a few minutes early, so it took a while for everyone to get settled in, including the Valley Jets, who gave up a goal 12 seconds in. As they are hosting the provincial tournament. Turnover nearly in front there off the fan pass. As the Wings are still shorthanded for the next 10 seconds. Here's Landon Andrews. With a bit of time left on the power play. Will start the rush from his own end. Andrews gets by Daphne. Still has the puck. Andrews shot low. Rebound in front, but that's going to be covered up. It's still loose. No. Digged out of the glove, and that will be played to the line. Watts makes the play inside the back of the zone, and that looks like we're a little discombobulated in front of the net. Skates are tied together, looks like. And that will stop play. So this first two periods have had anything you could possibly think of in a hockey game, including skates being tied together. I haven't seen that yet this year. We've covered a lot of games on High Button Sports this season, so that is saying something to say the least. And there's a shot on goal, and they score. Just like that, with 3:07 to go, it's a 1-goal game. It's the number 96 in green, Landon Andrews, the sniper. He goes from downtown, cashes in. 1-goal hockey game late in the second. What a treat this has been to witness here in Berwick. 3-2 is the score now. The two players that we had circled, anticipating them to provide exciting moments, Landon Andrews, number 96, and Edward Vare, number 17, both delivered here tonight. They're the reason the Jets are where they are so far, and if they continue to shine as they have in this game, they might be in for a long run here at this year's Provincials here at home. It is now a 1-goal lead for Cole Harbour, as they've been able to respond quickly in this game and catch the Jets sleeping. So let's see what happens here. Chance the other way for the Valley. That's going to be fought off on the back check from Marks. That's going to be rimmed around the wall. Comes free inside the Quabra end, who are now only up by a goal, as Coleman will find it and send it right back in deep. It is now 19-16 for the Valley. They've gained some momentum here in the back half of the second period. There's Cody. Up ahead, finds Ackett. Will poke it into the zone on the top of the circle by Thomas Varon. Comes free. Sardi will go E to D, and that's going to be dumped in deep by the wings. Coleman looking to stretch a pass up ahead. That's going to bounce off the skate of Judson Galliot, who was looking to go on the breakaway, but that bounce was not in his favor. Less than 2 minutes to go now in the second. Wings will break it out of their own end. Here's Marks at the end of his shift. He'll chip it into the zone and go for a change. Thomas Varon will retrieve the puck over to Coleman. Coleman will play it up the wall. Here's Brooks. Brooks up ahead. It's going to be met at center by the Wings defender. That's Grant, and he'll flip it up and high. Brooks gets it right back for the Valley, but that's going to be whistled down for offside. So Thomas Varon will take the face-off with 1:22 to go at center ice against Grayson O'Donnell, who had the opening goal of the game. Here's Brooks, takes the pass. 1:10 to go in the period. So we work through the middle as Grant back to retrieve it. Battle down low as there is now 60 seconds remaining in this middle frame. That's going to play to the opposite corner. Ferreira will glove it down and make a hand pass, which will be whistled down. You got to remember, these kids, it is U13. Sometimes we just assume these kids are experts at hockey, but there's still going to be mistakes just like that at this age level. It is AAA, but these kids are still growing up and learning, and that was one of those mental mistakes that happened. Slon White versus O'Donnell. Just where we dropped the previous puck is Maurice. We'll work it over to Nelson. That's going to be turned over. Here comes Landon Andrews. Andrews kind of shoot it, but Maurice gets a poke check and prevents a scoring chance. Here comes Ferreira with Maurice on the 2-on-1. He gets the saucer pass. Maurice back to Ferreira. Looking to get that one on goal, but he's well defended on the back check, preventing a scoring opportunity. 25 seconds to go. Here's Taylor off the pass from Andrews. Taylor's shot will go off the pad and to the corner. 20 seconds remaining. Nelson plays it over for Maurice. Andrews looking for the puck, gets it off the wall, takes a spill, but no call. Here's O'Donnell. Over to Doyle. With 8 seconds to go in the period, Watts back to retrieve the dump in for the Valley. As time will tick its way down to 0 for the second period. And what a third period it will be in a few moments' time. 20-16 were the shots in favor of the Valley. And we will head into a Zamboni intermission. So expect about a 10 to 12 minute break here for the Zamboni to flood the ice, but sometimes it takes longer. Just depends on who's driving it that day, I guess. Either way, we'll see you in a few moments for the third period of play. 3-2 here in Berwick. Can't wait to see you for the third in just a moment. Welcome back inside the Apple Dome. We're just about set for the third period as the host Valley Jets are down 3-2 to the Cole Harbour Wings here in the final game of the first day of the U13 AAA Provincials here in Berwick, Nova Scotia. Edwin Varon and Landon Andrews have a goal, just as we expected. The only 2 goal scorers so far for the Valley, and we're underway here in the third. And then on the other side, the big names getting in on the score sheet as well, as it was Grayson O'Donnell, number 7, with the opening goal just 12 seconds in. And there's a quick chance right off the hop. That's going to be worked to the corner. There's a chance for Nelson. That's going to be worked on the net and fought off and whistled down as Jace Galley makes the save. Jay Stoffney, the second goal scorer for Cole Harbour, and then Jacob Maurice with a beautiful goal, end-to-end rush. Made it 3-1 at that point, but it was the Jets on the power play from Landon Andrews to make it 3-2, and that was our latest goal, and that's our story here so far. A big third period in store here, obviously, as that's going to come free pass in front, looking to spin that one on goal. It was Doyle in front of the net. There's a chance from the point shot, as that's going to just bounce out the stick of O'Donnell and wide into the corner. Chance the other way. Here comes Andrews, as that's going to be worked on the side of the goal. Rebound comes loose and gloved down by Awalt. And that is a big stop for Cole Harbour. The game will remain 3-2. That'll be bounced out of the zone. Morris will run back in deep. Grant back to retrieve it. For Cole Harbour, he'll rim it up the wall. It's going to make its way to neutral ice. And picked off. Nice move by Watt. He'll find Hale to enter the zone. Here's Grant behind the net. He'll regain possession for Cole Harbour. We'll try and make the play up the wall in the clearing attempt. Recollected as Marks will chip it up to center as Morris back to retrieve it. We'll take the D-to-D pass back from Coleman. Morris puts the brakes on and will make the partner pass back to Coleman. Chance on the other side. That's going to be a little bit of contact at the line between White and the Jets player. Worked up ahead. Taylor couldn't collect the bounce. Here's Grant. We'll go D-to-D over to White. As Sardi makes the play up the wall for Cole Harbour. Looking for Cody. Cody advances the puck, but it's going to be collected by the Jets. Looking to work in the zone. Taylor is back to the line, but Varon was outside the zone, so Jets are forced to regroup. There's a slap shot up high from Varon, glove down. And that will be another whistle as Cameron Awalt makes the save. .12:17 to go. We're about 3 minutes into the third period. Here's Watts. Shot will go off the pad. Rebound will be cleared away. Cole Harbour doing a good job of collecting the loose pucks in front of their own net. Here comes Maurice looking for another highlight reel goal. He'll take it wide and play it in the corner. Gets by Best. Maurice puts a move-on pass in front. But that's going to be kept out. Another chance for Cole Harbour to strike. Another beautiful offensive display by Maurice for the Wings. Turned over. Here comes O'Neill. He'll make a move, trying to get by Best. O'Neill on the wall. Will cycle it in deep. Looking for Richmond. Played to the corner, now the line here. Boots yet. Shot will go off the pad. Rebound He played back to the line. Another chance off the point shot will not make its way into the back of the net. Battle for possession now as the Jets will fire it in deep, and that will be an icing. With 11:20 to go. And at this level, this age group, you can change after icings, but next year if these players, and most of them will, if the players that do move on to U15 major, that's when they will start implementing no change icings. So right now they can get away with icing the puck, so something to think about in this tournament is O'Donnell looking for his second of the game, just misses the top corner on the backhand shot and tight. Here comes Landon Andrews with the puck. Has a goal already in this game. Andrews will take it towards the net. That's going to go through the blue paint. As kept in by the Jets, by Judson Galliot, but quickly turned over. Here's O'Donnell. Will force it on goal off the dump in. That's going to be covered up, which will force Galliot to freeze play. Puck is dropped. And quickly moved ahead. Here comes Andrews trying to go through the defenders. That's going to be a penalty on number 96 in green, and a chance for the Valley to strike and equalize the game on the power play. Interference is the call, and Cole Harbour will head to the box. It is Carter Doyle. Or sorry, that will be Zachary White heading to the box, number 11. This game has not been tied since 11 seconds into it, as it was just 12 seconds that took the Wings to look at the opening goal. Chance in front, they score. No! That's going to be waved off! Right away, referee was sure of it behind the net. No hesitation. This game will remain 3-2. A little bit of confusion here as they're now lining up outside the zone, so no goal on the play. Kicking motion is the reasoning. Thank you to the PA announcer for clarifying that, because I wasn't exactly sure. I thought it was a kick, but I wasn't 100% positive. So 8 seconds into the Valley power play, they disallowed goal off a kicking motion. Here comes Cooper Best. Still has the puck, gets by the defenders. Best shot from distance will be blocked into the corner by Ewald. Chance for Boots yet to clear, and he will do just that. Interference, for those of you who forgot, is the reason they penalized Cole Harbour. Here comes Andrews. Takes the pass from Watts. And then Andrews will hesitate as he enters the zone. Goes into the corner on the power play. Andrews will chip it ahead to himself. Him and Varon, the only two goal scorers so far for the Valley tonight. Here's Best, back for Andrews. Landon Andrews shoots one, and he scores! Make it 2 for Andrews, and this game is all square. Landon Andrews brings the crowd to their feet once again here in Berwick. Number 96 double dips here at home, and it is 3-3. 6 seconds past the 5-minute mark of this 15-minute third period. Another power play goal for the Valley. We said that they cannot give the Jets too many chances on the man advantage, because eventually they will strike. They have twice tonight. 2 of those goals of their 3, and it is all deadlocked at 3 here in the third. Wings were up 3-1 at one point. It is now a tie game. Here's Varon. Varon over to Kinsman. We'll go dump and in as he'll get the DDD pass. Sardi up the wall. Cody finds it. He'll chip it ahead. Kept in by Thomas Varon. As they announce Andrew's second goal. There's Cody. Cody off the turnover will work it ahead. That's going to be poked off of the puck. Here comes Morris. Maurice shot will go off the shin pad. As Maurice looking for his second as well. Not to be outdone by Andrews, as that will be covered up on the doorstep by Jace Galley in this 3-3 game with 9:03 to go in the third. What a way for the host Jets to kickstart the tournament here in Berwick at the Apple Dome. I believe they played in Kentville for most of the season and for their home games, but they're calling the Kings Mutual Center home here this weekend in hopes of bringing the provincial title to the Valley. Wings will work it to the slot area as O'Neill couldn't accept it in front. Here comes Thomas Varon the other way for the Valley. Varon makes a move, will try and drop that puck off the exchange on the zone entry, but that's going to be turned over. And eventually it's going to be worked out of the zone. Here comes Cooper Best. Best had an assist on the most recent marker, makes a move, enters the zone through the middle, poke checked off the puck as Watts will collect it. Flashy display of stick handling moves from the Jets side. You can tell they have that golf ball in their basement working on those hands on those cold winter nights inside their house. Got to think that Thomas Durant has a factor in those silky mitts as well, as he has a big effect on the Valley skill and its resurgence here of late. More on him as this weekend progresses. Here's a shot from distance that's going to be fought off and covered into the glove. Jace Galley, another save. Shots 26-21 in favor of the Valley. But this game is still 3-3. Grayson O'Donnell will take the face-off against Slom White inside the Jet zone. Here's a shot from distance off the face-off win for Cole Harbour. Works back in deep as Coleman will collect it. Inside 8 minutes to go in the third period in this tie game. Chipped ahead. Here comes Landon Andrews. He has a chance for the hat trick. Andrews will chip it ahead to himself, but that will not bounce his way. Grant collects the loose puck. Here's Ferreira. Works off the wall, and so get the bounce off of his shin pad to advance the puck out of the zone in his favor. Andrews, off the ensuing turnover, couldn't accept the pass. Here's Grant. Asardi will let that go up the wall. Ferreira could make the play. Here's Slom White through the middle looking for Andrews. Intercepted by Grant. Here comes Cole Harbour with it now. Approaching the 8-minute mark of this third period as Grant will get the blue line and send it in deep. Redirected to the corner. Here's Morse. Charlie Morse with the puck on his stick will try and make a play past Andrews, his teammate at center, and eventually just dumps it in. Here's Maurice. Over to Sardi up the wall. Doyle will take a look before making the play to pick up the puck. It's a wise play there by the U13 AAA Corber wing as that will be whistled down. Inside 7 minutes to go. It's still tied here at the Apple Dome. A lively crowd on hand looking for the Valley Jets, the home side, to kickstart their championship hopes here at home with a win against the Corber Wings. The last game of the opening day here in Berwick, Nova Scotia. Here's O'Donnell. Pass in front. Let's go off a stick. Rebounds there. Sent up and high. Beautiful opportunity in the slot. Here's Sardi. We'll work it down low. O'Donnell looking to center. That's going to go in between the skate and the post of the goaltender, but he's able to just keep it out as Galley freezes play. 6.5 to go in the third. Wings will make changes. Out for the face-off is Sawyer Graves for the Jets, and in to oppose him was Cody. There's a shot from Sardi up the face-off win, and that will be gloved down by Jace Galley once again. So some quick whistles back-to-back, just 4 seconds in that last sequence. We'll redo the same face-off as that's going to be dropped to the blocker side once again of the Southpaw Galley. Best looking to clear it out. Maurice holds the line. Shot blocked. Here comes a chance the other way as Varon got tangled up. Good back check from Maurice as he made up for hitting shin pads from the blue line. There's a turnover. Brooks takes over, makes a move. Brooks towards the goal. Comes free in the slot, poked up high. One-timer Best. Fanned on. That will just be pushed out of the zone, or towards the out of the zone, kept in by Watts, but quickly collected by Maurice. He'll poke it out ahead for Marks. Marks can't get by Best, and that will be sent in deep, and the Wings will retreat back to the bench as Maurice. Another good shift for number 12 for Cole Harbour. Here's Cody. Cody will try and work it towards the goal. He had a few Jets players on him in the slot. He'll power the puck on the net, and he'll get a whistle inside the offensive zone for his team. Cole Harbour will make an offensive zone change. Daphne out there for the face-off against Edwin Varon. Puck is dropped. One back, Coleman. There's a turnover that will go into the opposite corner as Nelson blows a tire at the blue line, but puck didn't come to him, so no harm, no foul there. 5:15 to go in the third, still tied. Comes free, Woodworth looking to make a play. Kept in by Boots. Yeah, here's a shot from distance that will go out the blocker of Galley. Another chance in front. Boots yet will drag and shoot, unblocked by Morse. Here comes Varon. He'll collect the loose puck and start the charge for the Jets. Trying to go wide. Varon can't get by Boots yet. That's him and Nelson. Both played the 1-on-2 to perfection. Boots yet starts the rush himself with the move. Boots yet goes wide. Has a lane. Shot will be fought off the blocker. Galley makes the save. It's still tied here. 4.5 to go. That will be cleared up and high into the netting, which will stop play. Exactly 4:30 remaining here in Berwick. Tensions are pretty high right now at the Apple Dome. They'll drop the puck to the blocker's side of the Jets goaltender in the zone. O'Donnell, a big face-off for him. Big player for Cole Harbour as well. That's going to be one back to the point. Stardy's shot will go off the stick and into the corner. Once again, Galley making a save. As the Wings have now taken the lead in the shot category. Here comes Andrews offside on the 2-on-1 opportunity at the line. 4:19 to go. A great chance, but Jets couldn't stay onside at the line. Slomwhite will take the face-off against O'Donnell. Right in front of the Wings bench, just outside of their zone. It's a quick move off the face-off. Shot, glove, save! Cameron Awalt just gets enough, and we're still tied here in Berwick. That is a enormous stop from the Wings netminder, Awalt. There's now 4 minutes to go in the third. We're still tied. Great chance for Sawyer Graves to give his team the lead. There's Graves again with the puck on his own blue line now. He'll try and stretch it across. Slomwhite couldn't get his stick on it, and that will be an icing call. Riker Slomwhite had that puck go just out of his reach. Once again, they are allowed to change off the icing. This is the youngest age group, or the last age group that has changed icings, I guess I can say. Kind of hard to explain if you don't understand what I'm saying. But that goes for anything, if you really think about it. 3:40 to go. That's going to be chipped off the glass. Boutiette will use his glove to catch it out of midair, and he'll play it back in deep. Cooper Best will collect the puck, has an assist in this game. Trying to start the rush himself. Best makes a move past the blue line, goes wide. Here comes Cooper Best. Will take it behind the net. Up for Watts. Watts' shot will go up and off a stick, and that will hit the cage surrounding the score clock here at the Apple Dome, and that will stop play. Cage was built for just exactly that, making sure pucks don't hit the light bulbs. .316 to go. Shots are deadlocked at 27. Score is also tied at 3. What a game we've been treated to so far here in the Valley. Here's Brooks. Brooks will play it down low. Watts pass in front. Varon shot off the post. That one sings the iron. Varon oh so close to getting a second of the game, and we're still tied. As Brooks finds the puck, that was a potential breakaway pass either way. Here comes Varon offside once again at the line. The Valley oh so close once again to making it 4-3, but the iron sings here at the Apple Dome, preventing a 4-3 game-breaking goal here late in the third. Sardi back to retrieve the puck, has Andrews on him as there's a spill on the wall on the retrieval. Maurice falls down. Andrews finds the puck. Landon Andrews at the top of the zone with 2:40 to go. Leaves it for Coleman. Down low. It's going to bounce off a stick. They come free from Maurice. Andrews gets it right back, trying to shoot it, but fanned on it as Doyle will work it up ahead. Here comes Ferreira. Ferreira will get taken off the puck on the back check from Slomwhite. Watts will try and play it over to Coleman. Hits the side of the net. Boutiette finds a loose puck and shoots one, trying to catch the goalie off guard. A rebound will come free. Here come the Jets of numbers the other way. Sloan White leads the charge. Sloan White over to Andrews. Landed. Andrews can't get by the stick with Cody Grant. It's still tied with 2:04 to go. Shot from the blue line will be fought off by Boutiette. Another opportunity for the Valley to strike. Here's O'Donnell. Grayson O'Donnell has the puck. Less than 2 minutes to go. Makes a move. O'Donnell still has it. Shot. Stop off the stick of Jace Galley. As Redmond trying to steer that one on goal. That will be bounced to the corner. Here comes Andrews with it again. 1:40 to go in the third. Andrews trying to enter the zone. Comes free for Sloan White. Sloan White will play it on goal. Kept out. As that found that awkward spot between the blade and the post, but kept out. Cameron Awalt shuts the door on the goal line. Less than 1.5 to go. If the game ends as it stands right now, we would still need a winner. Here's Watts. Trying to work that in from the point shot. That will be kept out, off the defensive stick. As Varon plays it back for Thomas Varon as Edwin and Thomas connecting there. Here is Edwin and Varon with the puck. As toe drag move unsuccessful, Doyle will shut it down. There's O'Neill trying to accept the pass in neutral ice, forced to dump it in. As we're inside the final 60 seconds here, the third. Time winding down. Battle down low, looking for the loose puck. It's going to come free. Worked ahead. Here comes Woodworth. Woodworth trying to split the defenders. Woodworth, as the puck is still loose, shot. That will just go up and high. That was open, but target was missed. Best blows a tire. Here comes Redmond. Worked into the zone. Chance for Cole Harbour. Daphne towards the goal. That's going to make its way in the corner off of the defensive stick. 12 seconds to go. Shot blocked. Best gets in front of it. 10 seconds. Here's Varon trying to clear the zone with just a few seconds to go in the period. Varon has a chance to shoot one at the buzzer, and he will. That's going to come free, but clock will run to zeros, and this game is not done yet, I believe. Not exactly sure. I think so. Overtime looks like it's going to be the end. There's a spill on the Clubber side. So that's going to do it, I guess. Both teams are celebrating as if the game's over. And looks like that's the decision. The referees are discussing at center ice. So I wasn't sure if the game's end in tie here in provincials, but they do. So 3-3 will be your final. No winner awarded in this game. Both teams get a point in the standings. What a wild way to end the first game, or the first day, the third game of the day. Fourth overall. The game is over. 3-3 is your final. I was anticipating overtime in the provincial format, but I do got to remind myself it is U13. Jace Daphne gets the player of the game for Cole Harbour. Daphne had the second goal for the Wings in this game. And you can give this player of the game to Edwin Varon, Landon Andrews. You take your pick. I'm sure those two players will be exchanging POGs throughout the tournament. As Varon gets it this time. Edwin Varon, the player of the game on the Valley side. So 3-3 will be your final. And that's going to do it for Thursday here in Berwick. Hope you enjoy the coverage of day one of the U13 AAA Provincials here on High Button Sports, live from the Apple Dome. Let's take a quick look at the schedule for tomorrow. First game of the day will be the Western Hurricanes at noon taking on the Sackville Flyers. Flyers upset the Tassa Ducks in the tournament opener game today at noon. Hurricanes coming off a loss to the County Islanders. That'll be the Wings back in action against the Halifax Hawks. Ben Rimmer and the Hawks, the hosts of the Atlantics, 1-0, and the Wings are without a win or a loss, just a tie, as you just saw with your own eyes. And then the Jets, the host team, will take on the Pictou County Crushers for the 6 o'clock start. All these games, of course, will be here at the Apple Dome, and you can watch them all for free on highbuttonsports.ca, just like you just did here with this one. So we'll see you tomorrow at noon. Until then, thanks again for watching. Saying sayonara from Berwick, Nova Scotia. We'll see you tomorrow.